I have your Check My Mark passwords. Would you like them? At lunch, I will give to anybody who still needs it. Mr. Parker. I have a gummy bear thing right ready to go. I know that. Because gummy bears are something to be given, not asked for. Of course. The washroom is something you should ask for because I can't give that to you. All right. April Fresh, John? That's important. Like that commercial? What? She left 6 months ago. All right. Before we go on, I have to find out if you remember something from grade 10. That something is what a monomial is. Yeah, action. All right. Seriously, what's a monomial? Monomial. One what? One expression. Close. One term. What makes it a term? It is anything connected by multiplication. So 3xyz, even though there's three things there, because it's all multiply, it's a monomial. Everybody cool? Yeah. So today, right now, we're only going to be concerned with monomial denominators. So all the denominators are going to be one single thing. Everybody cool with that? Okay, now, quick reminder. What is x times y? xy, excellent. What is root x times root y? Root xy, excellent. Everybody understands that? Everybody remembers it? We've studied it. We did it already yesterday, yes? 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 Okay, so what then is root 2 times root 3? Root 6. Excellent. And what is 2 root 2 times 3 root 3? 6 root 6. Is everybody good with that? Awesome. What then if I switch it up slightly and I ask you for 2 root 3x squared times 3 root 2x squared? What do you think the answer there is? 6 root 6x 4. Because x squared and x squared. Then what would you do with that x to the 4th? That's 2 groups of 2, right? So what would come out? 6x squared, and what would stay under there? 6. Can everybody do all the multiplication that I've already written on the screen right now? Everybody understands it? I'm going to wait a moment so I'm not accused of going too fast. Excellent. Everyone's got it? Okay, you guys are smart kids. You're intelligent. You're handsome. Take a left turn at Albuquerque, and you'll show up in Cucamonga. Since you are such smart kids and you can put all this together without me even teaching you, Oh, wait, I lie. I'm going to do one more thing. What math is that? Division, right? Okay. So without me even teaching you, you should be... Ooh. Quality technology, everyone. Without me even showing you anything, you should be able to put together this. What do you think is the answer? Why do you think that is the answer? Because 15 divided by 3 is 5, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. And we already know that radicals behave the same way as coefficients and variables, yes? So everyone should be okay with that, right? Awesome. So that means all of you should be able to tell me the answer to 1a. 3 root 3. Why? The answer is 3 root 3. Why is it the answer? Because 9 divided by 3 equals 3, and root 18 divided by root 6 is root 3. Is everybody good?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Now, please notice that that is a monomial, right? Because it's 3 times root 6. Yeah? Okay. So, what's different in B? Than A? I'm sorry? In the root, there's divisions, right? And this coefficient is out here. Can I write this in another way? Isn't this the same as 15 root 15x cubed y squared over root 3xy squared? Is it the same thing? Excellent. So if I rewrote it, is it easy to do? Yes, because coefficients go with coefficients. What's 15 divided by 1? 15. Then radicals go with radicals. What's 15 divided by 3? 5. X cubed divided by x. X squared. And y squared divided by y squared? Gone diddly on. Is that done? Why is that not done? Because I have x squared and I'm looking for groups of 2, yes? So what must come out of there? An x, where does it go? Outside, 15x root 5. Can everybody do A and B? Yes? All right. Now, if you are from another country, you do not get to answer C. What is different about C compared to A and B? It doesn't divide, does it? Okay? So the question becomes, since I have to do some division, right? And I'm looking for rational numbers every chance I get. I have to think back to the very first day of this year where we define rational numbers as something divided by something, yes? And there were some rules. X and Y had to be integers, and Y couldn't equal 0. Everyone agree? Okay. What was the definition of an integer? A whole number? All negative infinity to positive infinity, but no what? No decimals. Is 3 root 7 a decimal? Yes, because root 7 is irrational, isn't it? It's a decimal that goes on forever. So is this allowed? No, that is not allowed. We have to fix that up. That isn't okay because it is irrational. So we fix it. How do we fix it? We have to get rid of the radical sign, don't we? Right? We all know in math what we do to get rid of stuff. If I have to get rid of, in 2x plus 7, if I have to get rid of the 7, what do I do? Minus 7, right? So what if it was 2x minus 7? What would I do? I would add 7. What if it was erase? Damn it. There we go. What if I had this? 2x equaled 14. What would I do? Divide by 2. Because that says multiply, right? What if I had x squared equaled 9? What would you do? Square root. What if I had the root of x equaled 9? What would you do? Square it. So we all know how to deal with stuff we don't like, yes? I would square this, wouldn't I? Squaring is what? Really? Multiplying it by itself. So what I'm really doing is root x times root x, aren't I? And root x times root x gives me x, doesn't it? So logically speaking, what would I have to do to get rid of that root 7? Times it by root 7. Now, you guys are smart kids. How many parts are there to this expression? How many parts? It's not a complicated question. 2. I'm changing the denominator, aren't I? If I change the denominator, does that change the value here? Think back to grade 3. Am I allowed to do something to only the denominator? No. So if I multiplied the denominator by root 7, what must I also do to the numerator? Multiply by root 7. Now you guys are also smart kids because you should recognize that what does root 7 divided by root 7 equal? 1. So if I multiply this expression by 1, does it change its value? No. Does it change how it looks? It's going to change how it looks. Because what is 2 root 6 times root 7? 2 root 42. And what is root 7 times root 7? Root 7 times root 7 is root 49, which is 7. And then what's that 3? I got to keep that 3, don't I? So now, simplify that. 2 root 42 over 21. Is everybody cool with that? Does everybody see what I did? Have I gotten rid of the radical in the denominator? Yes. Have I made a rational number? Yes or no? I have not made a rational number, but I have cleaned it up as best as I can, because we cannot have a radical in the denominator. This process is called rationalizing the denominator. I am going to say that approximately 1,000 times this unit and this year. That means it's important. So if I were you, I would do something to remind me about it. I'd put the Mrs. Bag Crumble cloud around it. I'd put some stars by it. I'd do something to remind me of that. We are not allowed to have irrational numbers in the denominator, ever. Okay? We always have to tidy it up. So let's look at D. What's wrong with it? It's got a radical in the denominator. Is that allowed? No. So what do I got to do to get rid of it? Multiply by root 6. What is the new numerator? 7 root 30. What is the new denominator? 14 times 6. Do the math. 7 root 30 over 84, yes? Can I tidy that up at all? How? Do 7 and 84 play well together? 12. So it's root 30 over 12. Can everybody do that? I'm stopping for a moment to let that sink in and make sure everybody understands. Can everybody follow up to letter D? Talk to your neighbor about it. Seriously, make sure you get up to D. I find you guys are more likely to ask each other questions than you are to ask me. So ask your neighbor if you don't get something. Uh-huh. All right. People have stopped talking about math, so I'm trusting everybody is ready to move on. Look at E. If you do not understand math and you just learn steps, what's the first thing you would do with E? No, Yoon, you wrecked my gag. If you don't learn math and you just learn steps, what would the first thing you would do with E be? Multiply both by what? Root 18. But 50 times root 18 is a really big number, yes? So then you remember, wait a minute, I've been in Myers' class for at least a few weeks. Most of you have been in my class more than once. What's that number one thing that you should do every single time before you do anything with a math problem? Simplify. So let's simplify. What is the root of 50 really? 25 times 2. So what comes out, Zookball? 5. There's already a 6 out there. So I have 30 root 2, don't I? Over what? What's 18? 9 times 2. So what comes out? 3. There's already a 5 out there. So I got 15 root what? 2. Now, do I even need to rationalize the denominator? No, because 30 divided by 15 is what? 2. Root 2 divided by root 2 is what? 1. Same thing on top as on the bottom, right? X over X is 1. 2 times 1 is 1. Do I even write 2? No, I just cancel it out. Does everybody understand? You don't always need to rationalize. Now, please hear what I am about to say. No other rules change. Everything you already know still applies. Did you hear me? The only new thing you did today was, oh wait, nothing. Because you already knew how to get rid of squares. square roots. You squared them, yes? So the only thing you learned today is you're not allowed to have a radical in the denominator, but you already knew how to fix it, right? So let's go ahead and fix these. What's G? What's got to go there? If you're not following along, how many of you want to multiply by 17 there? Of course not. Why? Because 12 works with 6 and 51 works with 71. What's 12 divided by negative 6? Negative 2. What's 51 divided by 17? 3. And I'm done. Right? Check first. Do not act like a robot. Must rationalize denominator. Meh. What about this one? You can divide 4 and 8 and 50 and 10. So what's the answer? This is trickier. Go carefully. Think. That's 1/2. And what's happening here? Root 5. What's happening there? That's going to be root 1, right? Okay. Do I ever write ones? No. So that is root 5 over what? 2. Is everybody cool? All right. Different look, same math. What is that really? Root 27 over root 10. Okay. What should I do with anything before I try to do math? Does any of that simplify, Burke? Which one? 27 does, because it's 9 times 3, yes? So it's 3 root 3 over what? Root 10. Is that allowed? It'll show up in a minute. Is that allowed? Why not, Cole? Because it's irrational in the denominator, so I better rationalize it by multiplying by 1. But if I multiply by 1, it won't change how it looks, so I multiply by root 10 over root 10. What's the numerator? 3 root 30 over what? 10. Am I done? Yeah, because root 30 is 5 times 6, right? No pairs. Is everybody okay? Great. Do page 41.